Hello. Welcome back to some Dawnbringer Tarot today. I'm so excited. So, I am here with another installment of our weekly power animal messages. So, we'll just be checking into the animal support you'll have this week and just kind of some general messages to see what's going on in your week and just what kind of energies you can expect to be working with. Obviously, these are very general readings. There are a lot of stories that come through when I channel, and I try to make sure that I get them all out. Everything that needs to come out, I want to make sure that I get that out. So if it doesn't resonate, always remember that if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Just take what does and the rest will fall away. You don't have to take responsibility for messages that don't sit right with you or that are not aligned with you, because even if it's not for you, it might be for someone else. So there's no need to hold on to something that isn't yours. So I'm really excited about this series, and I'm like really excited to watch this channel grow and just be its own like little thing. So I'm like really excited. But let's get into the readings. So I already have the oracle cards all shuffled out. So what we'll be doing is we'll be divining using some tarot, and I have tarot decks, 4 different tarot decks we'll be using for each pile. So on pile number 1, we have this cool selenite that totally looks like a dragon scale from Dragon Tales, the old show. Please let me know in the comments if you remember that show, because that's exactly what this looks like. It's so cool. So that's for pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have our amethyst shard, a really cool amethyst shard. Pile 3, we have a clear quartz that I've had forever. And then last but absolutely not least, we have on pile 4, black tourmaline, which is like my favorite stone on planet Earth. I love it so much. This is Tormy. I have named this stone. This stone's name is Tormy. So take a deep breath in, and if you hold it for a couple seconds, about 4 seconds, and let it out. And just let your mind wander and feel into which pile is calling to you. It could be the crystal that's speaking to you, the cards themselves, the number, whatever it is. Just use your intuition, and this is just you exercising and strengthening that intuitive muscle. So with that said, I will meet you all in your readings. Thank you so much. All right, hello group 1. So this is for all of our friends who picked the dragon scale, the selenite. This reading is for you. So again, if you skip the intro, we'll just be checking into your week, just like a weekly general message. Remember, this is a very general message, general reading. So we'll start with your animal card, and then we'll do some divining with, we'll use the Venetian tarot again for group 1. So let's turn over your power animal card to see what power animal you'll be working with this week. Oh yes, so you have 6 with Miss Snake over here, and I say Miss, but energy, not gender. Oh my god. Okay, pile 1. I'm feeling really called to turn. I'm sorry about the shaky camera as well, because the phone clip that I have is not very sturdy, so you'll get a little shaking anytime I like touch the table. But I'm feeling really called to turn over your Moonology cards, because I feel like you and the Moon group 1 are doing some magical stuff. So let's turn over your Moonology card and see what that is. Yeah, the end of a tough cycle is approaching. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, like I was like, there's something here with the moon that's going on, and I should have said it before I turned over the Moonology card, but like the message is coming through almost like very point blank period. You're undergoing this very beautiful transformation. And I know you probably hear that a lot when you watch tarot readings, but this is something that you've been going through for a very long time. And I'm getting the sense that you might be a very strong earth sign or have earth in your chart. You don't have to be, but it does feel like there's a strong earth sign energy here with the Capricorn energy. I feel like there's this shedding period you've been going through over the past couple of months, and it's really coming to its end. And you're kind of integrating and dissolving all of these messages, and you're integrating all of the knowledge and wisdom that you picked up throughout this year and throughout your lifetime. I feel like even this week you'll think back and think of memories like back in back in, you know, the early 2000s and be like, wow, you know, you're like gaining some insight and information from experiences and energies that you experienced long ago, like just a very, very long time ago. So I feel like this week you will feel like very, you'll feel very sweet, kind of reminisce, a little nostalgic. Sorry about my knuckles. It's just, it's one of those things I really have to stop. But free knuckle ASMR. Sorry about that, but it just feels like you'll definitely be feeling nostalgic this week, and just kind of like thinking back and just realizing and harnessing the lessons from all the challenges that you've been through thus far. I'm feeling that very, very strongly. There's also the energy of little energy of someone coming back into your life, maybe like a old past friend, co-worker, something like that. It doesn't feel like love, but it can be, and it does feel a little bit like reconciliation, but not necessarily we're coming back together to be together or be friends or anything like that, but almost like we're coming together just to kind of check in with each other, or we're coming together for some form of a closure, like as if you've talked to this person for quite some time, or you have not talked to this person, excuse me, for quite some time, and there's just a little closure that needs to happen between the two of you, and this closure is like part of this transformation and almost part of your manifestation too. Almost like closing this door gives way to a new one, because kind of this relationship that you have with this person is kind of like a doorway or like a barrier. So I always look at blockages as blockages, quote unquote, but blockages as a doorway. One of my friends, she actually has this quote where she says, what's in the way is the way. And this is kind of that energy of the relationship that you have with this person. Definitely feels like it's something that is in the way, but you are going to be communicating with them in a way that you can close that door or reopen it if that is what is happening and what it will happen between you and this person. But it will give way to a large manifestation, something that you've been working on, something that you've been calling into your life to just to experience and just to make your life better. I can see that you've definitely been going through sorry about that, group one. Oh my goodness. My phone, it did the storage thing twice, and I'm like, I'm always cleaning the storage up and all that stuff, but it's like, oh no, I'm too full. So anyway, back to your reading. Like I was saying, you're definitely with this reconnection with this person and kind of like walking through that doorway, this is definitely giving way and allowing more space for a large manifestation that you've been working on for quite some time. This is very, very feel good energy. It's very like nostalgic, but at the same time it's very like you're just reminiscing about your achievements, you know, like everything that you've been through. So it's very, very sweet. And just to have, you know, this situation too, if it does come up, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. But if it does come up, you know, having that person come back and being able to close that chapter finally within them, or even if it's like you have a memory of that person, you can finally go back and accept that memory, accept that person for who they were at the time, and move forward. That is a huge, huge step for you that you will be taking this week. So I'm loving that. So let's get a little more clarification on what's going on here from the cards. Let's flip over the first card. We have the Two of Swords. And then we have the Chariot. And then I feel like, yeah, this is your card. The Three of Swords. And let me get one more just to clarify the Three of Swords. Yeah, the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah, definitely moving past some type of like old lesson, some old heartbreak, really balancing like where you are now with who you've been in the past. Feels really, really good. With the Seven of Cups, yeah, opening up and knowing that you have more options and there is more to you. And you have the King of Swords in reverse. So I definitely feel like this is the transformation that you've been going through has definitely been geared toward your mental state and kind of your memories and what goes on in your mental plane. Sorry, you can't see all the cards. My setup is a little tiny right now. But definitely feels geared towards your mental plane, your thoughts, your memories. Just going back and just kind of like realizing the depth of which you've done so much, especially with this Seven of Cups. A lot of times the Seven of Cups, to me, especially in this deck with the Venetian tarot, it speaks about like your hopes, your dreams, your desires, and like, you know, fulfilling them and actually like grasping onto them, and like, yes, they're achievable, they're attainable. Especially like, look at the guy, you know, like down there, just like, yes, you know, he gives off like this magician's vibe, almost like or like he's like like a conductor or something, like orchestrating, you know. And it feels very, very good here. It feels like you've definitely been in your mental space really working through these kind of like barriers and traps that you've laid there and have been laid there by your past experiences and fear and doubt and resistance and things like that. So I definitely feel you actually moving into this place of peace this week, more so than moving into something very dense and scary. It definitely feels a lot lighter, especially with a Chariot here, signifying victory, moving forward, movement. With the Two of Swords here, just like this beautiful balance I'm seeing between your logic and your logic and your knowing and your reasoning and your spirituality, or not even your spirituality, just your life and how you see yourself and how you take care of yourself. There's this beautiful balance that's going on here with that. There could be somebody, like I was saying earlier, there could be somebody that comes back into your life that challenges that, especially with that King of Swords in reverse. I'm getting a very, very unique energy from this King of Swords in reverse right now. This King of Swords in reverse is saying two things. For some of the people that may watch this, he's saying that he is this person. It feels very separate from you that will come back and kind of like challenge this new you. And it's like he's challenging, and it can be a woman as well. This is just the energy, not the gender. But it's almost like he's challenging like this new you to see if like you're actually dedicated and committed to the new you. So like, oh, I can break you down, I can like move past your barriers because you'll never put those barriers on me, or you'll never hold me to those standards. And I say make sure that person knows that you are definitely holding them to these standards. You know what I'm saying? Definitely make sure this person knows and is respectful of your boundaries. And in order for them to know that, you have to do the same. You have to be that model, right? So you have to respect and bring about your own boundaries, so that they know this is my boundary and you cannot pass that, and you cannot enter unless I allow you to do so. You're so powerful. So it's definitely something that I feel may be triggered here. On the other side of that, I feel like the King of Swords is you, and you're in your head and there's some doubt swirling a little bit, but your doubt is going to be so much conquered by your hopes and dreams with the Seven of Cups, especially with it clarifying the Three of Swords. I just feel like your hopes and dreams are so much stronger than your doubt and fear right now. And I feel like your mind is almost like trying or attempting to work against you in some way, to like make you doubt or make you revert back to an old way. But you have these new modalities that you have in place now. Like when these new thoughts come up, when these old thoughts, come up, now you can really say, you know, that was me in the past and I accept who I was in the past, but now since I know better, I do better. And you're moving that and you're using that energy to your advantage. So it's very, very beautiful. I'm very, 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 very proud of you, Group 1. So let's turn over your Whispers of the Oceans card, and then we'll also get into your chakra wisdom cards to see what chakras are being highlighted this week. So the message from the ocean for you this week is blend into the environment. So interesting, especially with a snake. Like a snake is a master of camouflage, so I love that. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly. So this is actually going back almost to this energy that I was feeling earlier of like harnessing the lessons from your past and not necessarily like looking at them as some like separate negative entity, or like looking at the past you as some separate entity that isn't worthy of your time, but like accepting that that was part of you at some point and saying, hey, that was me in the past, but now I am whole, I am wholeness, and I am moving in a different direction. You may have known that past me, and I take responsibility for that past me. However, I'm moving forward, with or without you, and I'm always going to move forward without your opinion. So that feels very good. So blending into your environment is like definitely embodying that snake energy too, and almost like the blending of your future and your past, your future, and your present is happening here, which is very, very beautiful. Especially when I was speaking on that large manifestation coming through, especially with the chariot out here. So let's look at your chakra wisdom cards, and then I'll let you go. So you have, oh yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you have the first chakra, base chakra, or the root chakra, with courage and faith, and you also have the fifth chakra, willpower and determination. So I will read these for you. I'm sorry if they like go out of focus. I don't always look at the camera when I'm like talking, because I'm like, yay, so happy about like what's happening. So we have courage and faith with the root chakra with, I embrace courage, faith, and adaptability coming out again, as they are needed for me to overcome my fear of change or of the future. I regularly remind myself to be positive and open to possibilities, knowing that I am the creator of my own destiny. I embrace the warrior within me. I remind myself to be a warrior, not a worrier. I am not a victim. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forward. Exactly. Especially with this chariot out here and the possibility of somebody coming back and trying to challenge this new you that you are actually, actively trying to adapt to and integrate. Definitely courage and faith. I love that that's coming through, especially paired with willpower and determination. I just think that's a great blend for your week, group one. So we have willpower and determination with the throat chakra. I set clear boundaries, yes, for my own behavior, and I cultivate a strong will by being true to myself. I use my willpower to accomplish my daily tasks and spiritual goals, and to encourage uplifting thoughts and behaviors in myself. Doing this will assist me on the next stage of my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. I stay in touch with my positive thoughts and truth by avoiding substance abuse. My will is strong and my mind is clear. So it came through, the chakras are coming through to reinforce this understanding of you are powerful, you are strong, and there's something beautiful that you are working through and manifesting. And anybody who's coming in to try and challenge you and challenging the beauty that is you, those boundaries are coming through real strong, and then this adaptability is coming through real strong. Like, it's okay to adapt to this new nature of you, this new person that you've become, because you honor your past, is what I'm hearing very, very strongly. You've just been growing, you've just been growing, you've just been doing the work. And not everybody in your life, especially in your past, will be able to fully honor that, because that's something that they want to see in their own self. And I'm not sure why, but this peaking moon over here, she's kind of like, her energy is coming through. So with your Moonology card, which is a reminder, a tough cycle is approaching its end. So I'm really, really loving this energy for group one. So that is all I am receiving through these cards today. I want to thank you so much, and your guides and my guides, and just this ability that we have to come together in this way, even over the internet, and channel and work with each other and connect. I thank you so much. I'm so glad we were led to each other today, and I hope to see you next week. Bye bye. Hello, group 2. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. So we will be getting into your week ahead messages. So we'll be looking at your power animal this week. So the animal that will be supporting you mostly with their energy this week. And then we'll also get into a Moonology card, some Chakra wisdom cards, whispers of the ocean, and we also have some tarot, and I'll be using the Hermetic tarot today for your group. So there's actually, my Celestite was talking to me, or transmitting, and there's like a message coming through for somebody out there. There's somebody out there that really, really loves you, and it's almost like the angels are trying to like bring you two together. I'm not sure if it feels, so sorry about that neck crack, but that just had to happen. But it feels so much like somebody that that's in your life, and you're around them, but it's like you don't like actually like spend time with them or see them, and it's like they want a fuller connection with you. And obviously that is your choice. If it's something that you choose to do or choose not to do, that's completely your choice. But there's almost like a lesson to be had or something to be learned through a connection with that person, or even just a simple conversation. It's funny because even group 1 had this side message of communication, and bottom deck when I was shuffling out all my Moonology cards was New Moon and Gemini with communication is key. So I think this week all of our groups will probably get some type of side message of communication is key, but it almost feels like your guides and the guides of that other person are kind of trying to like push you two together so you can come together to have a very important, healing, and healthy conversation. So I just want to make sure that if that message is out there for you, that it got to you. So we'll start our group 2, almost called you 1, with our amethyst shard friends. So let's get to your power animal and see who that is. Oh, so this is so funny. I knew your group had a blank. I knew your group had a blank. And I just had this energy where I was like, there's a group here, and I think it's group 2 that has a blank. And I'm actually excited because last week I didn't get a blank. So this means I get to channel the energy that's coming forth. And immediately I got hit with tiger. Immediately. So I love big cats. So I'm hoping that I'm just not being biased, but it could have been any animal, and I would have honored whatever animal came through. But it's coming through like full force tiger energy. And it's almost coming through as this energy of you need to roar, like you need to speak, you need to get your voice out there. But also like this energy of being a huntress or a hunter, like you are hunting something, or like you're pressing after a goal. And it's not necessarily like it has to be super hard or anything like that. A little bit of this actually sounds or feels a little it feels a little stealthy, almost like you have to do something behind the scenes so that something in the forefront can come through. So kind of like keeping hush about something, keeping hush about a goal, just not sharing it with people, not like really talking about it too much until you're ready to reveal it. There's also a very strong lusty energy coming through this week for this tiger energy too. Sorry about the camera shakes, but it feels very lusty, like I don't know, like a strong maybe connection with someone that is very romantic or sexual. For this I may pull a romance angel because it is coming through quite strong. My root chakra is very activated by this energy. It feels like a very strong sexual energy, so you may have a sexual encounter with someone. Obviously if that is not resonating with you or something like that, just let that go. That means that this message is not for you, it's for someone else who is present. But there's definitely some type of passion, some type of sexual connection that it may happen here with this tiger or tigress energy that's coming through. It feels very like a divine feminine, like a lust, like a craving for something, and it feels like an insertion. So it's like very interesting the way that is coming through. So it definitely feels like a very strong, powerful energy. But it's funny how it's so strong and it's so powerful, but it feels like all this strong and all this power energy is all being worked on behind the scenes by you. It feels like you are doing something behind the scenes this week that is just kind of like hidden from the public eye, or just like the eyes of others. So it's very interesting. So let's pull over your Moonology card, and then we'll get into some tarot. And then after that, we'll get into your Chakra Wisdom card and your Whispers of the Ocean, just for extra confirmation clarification. So your Moonology card this week is Have Faith in Your Dreams. I love that, with the waxing crescent moon. Absolutely. There's definitely something here that you're working on behind the scenes, and Mama Moon is coming through and just reminding you it may not be ready yet. It's still cooking, but when it's ready to serve, we will serve. So have faith in this thing that you're concocting, this thing that you're putting together, because it's definitely working, and it's worth it. So I love that. I love that so much that came through with that confirmation. There's definitely even like the imagery of the card, and like this energy that's coming through, like the Ten of Pentacles, the first card out. Yeah, there's like something definitely big and prosperous that you're working on behind the scenes. But like even like the energy of this card, like for some reason my brain is like putting like a tiger in the back, just kind of like looking through like the shadows or something. We're just kind of like working on something very large, very huge in the background, just like even with this like little shades of like darkness here. Sorry about that, group too. My phone is like really going crazy about this storage thing, so I'm definitely going to work on clearing up my phone storage today, because that, I feel like, is a message. That's a sign, so I'm going to take it. But anyway, like I was saying with your card, definitely working on something behind the shadows. And what was interesting is before I started to shuffle the Hermetic Tarot deck, I had pointed out that the bottom deck energy was the Ten of Pentacles, and I started to shuffle, and now it's the Queen of Wands. So I feel like that's very interesting. There's something very, very potent and passionate coming through here with group 2. So let's actually shuffle these cards and see what energy comes out. We have the Three of Swords first. It's interesting because the Three of Swords also came out for another group. And then we have, and it doesn't feel like sorrow or anything at all. Actually, it feels more geared towards, it feels actually almost like idolizing something, or idolizing somebody or something, or like admiring something from afar, which is very interesting. That energy is coming through. So we also have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Five of Cups, and we have lastly the Three of Cups. So you have 2 3s here, and then bottom deck actually is, oh, bottom deck with the Empress. Yes. So we'll put that up here. Let me wiggle the cards around just a little bit so that you can see them. Because I have such a tiny like little tarot workspace that I'm working with here. So it's okay though. It'll grow and expand with time. So yeah, for sure. There's something that you're working on in the shadows this week, and it's something that you're keeping under wraps, and you've been keeping it under wraps here for a long time, especially with this Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I feel like it's something that you kind of had to like lie about a little bit, or just like not talk about, or you had to like mask it as something else so that it manifested in the way that it needed to be. And it's almost like this separation that you've experienced between this thing that you're creating and like the way you've had to communicate it to people has almost been, it has been a struggle for you. It's been almost it feels very taxing. Like it feels like almost like you've had to have like this double personality or something like that. But it's leading you to this Empress energy, and it's also leading you to this like arising from the ashes type energy, which is what we like to see, you know, like especially with that Phoenix down there under the Empress. I love this card. I love this deck. I love the Hermetic Tarot deck. Oh, that's so interesting. So let me make sure I'm like looking at this right. Oh, that's so interesting. She has like these 12 pentacles above her head, and I don't know why they like just spoke to me, but it was like the energy early of seeing the 10 of Pentacles, and it's like almost like, yeah, like almost like there's this tarot deck, I forgot the name, but they actually have like a card that's higher than like the King and Queen of all the court cards, and it's called like the Palace. And this is giving me that energy, like you're not only working towards, I'm sorry if you hear a cat meowing in the back, but you're not only working towards embodying this energy of the Empress, gender excluded, you know, this is all about the energy, but you're also going past that and building like this something very, very large, and you've had to keep it under wraps, and kind of keeping it away from people has been very taxing on you. But it's leading you to what? The Three of Cups, this Lord of Abundance. You know, you have the Empress overseeing this, so it's like your higher self has been overseeing this entire experience for you to make sure that it comes to fruition in the way that it's supposed to. especially with that Three of Cups out here with the Lord of Abundance. I just feel it so strongly. This feels like what you need it to be. This feels like the connections, the abundance, the money, the actual money, you know, not even like abundance, but like even money. I feel like there's some financial levity that's coming in. It feels so strongly like you've been working behind the scenes on something very, very, very large. And I love that the Empress and Three of Cups came out to confirm that, but also to confirm the journey that you've been on here with Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and Five of Cups. You've been on a journey and has been very, very taxing on you. It's so interesting that you have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. And when I was shuffling the Chakra Wisdom cards, 3 cards came out. So you have 333 here as well. Also, you have actually triple 3 because you have the Empress out here as well. She is also number 3. So we have 333. So 3 may be a very, very, very important number to you this week. So watch out for 333. 3, just that number, you know. So actually, before we get into your Chakra Wisdom cards, let's get some your message from the ocean and see what message Mama is coming through with that. We have 37. Look beyond the surface. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth into your world. It's interesting that kind of like death wanted to like slip off of my tongue, and definitely doesn't feel like death, but like this change or like this shift that is happening between this depth and this deepness and that shadow that I was talking about, and this light and this surface is coming through all over the place in these cards, and coming through all over the place everywhere in this reading. But definitely like working on something behind the scenes, you know, beyond the surface level. You're working on something very, very deep within the body, within the shadow, you know, when you're coming through as this big tiger energy, where you kind of just went into this space, and whatever you're crafting and working on, you went into it with full power, and power that you at that point didn't even know you had. So I feel so lucky to be able to do this reading for you right now, because it just feels so potent and so good. I love that so much, especially when it comes through with that confirmation like that. So let's get into your Chakra Wisdom cards. So you have the 7th chakra, Crown Chakra. Let me make sure you like actually see it, with selflessness, and I'll read that. I'm kind to all. I'm aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. You've definitely been putting your heart into whatever this is you're working on. And this feels like whatever you are working on, as the Empress and the Three of Cups, this is mutually beneficial. This isn't only something that's going to benefit you in the highest way, but it's going to benefit others around you because of your moral code and your moral standing and who you are as a person. You seem very selfless, actually, and you do seem like somebody who wants to genuinely be of service. It's not like you want to get all this abundance and have all these good things just to do nothing with them. Like, you're not some of these other 1%ers out here, you know. And I'm not saying that you're gonna have like this huge windfall of like millions and billions of dollars, but it's just whatever comes through for you in this dream that you're being asked to have faith in and continue working on or working with. You're definitely going to be able to share this abundance with other people, and it's something that you desire to do. You don't desire to sit on it at all. So we have the 3rd chakra, solar plexus, with self-worth and self-esteem. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. Yes. I love that how that's coming through. And then the last one we have is the 1st chakra, base chakra, or the root chakra, with self-sufficiency. By finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life as I move forward. I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all that I need. I love that energy. And for some reason, I do need, I'm going to like close this door. It's like stray cats that I just feed and they just come to the door like, hello. But this cat energy, it's so interesting how I got the tiger energy coming through. Now there's this cat at my door just like meowing. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but she's definitely there. But this all wraps it up very, very nicely with that confirmation. The self-worth and self-esteem that you've been working on to embody this Empress energy, this way in which you want to be of service, but without putting your own dreams at on the chopping block, or like you're not sacrificing your own dreams to please other people, but rather you're achieving and working on your own dreams and keeping other people pretty much out of it, so that when you come to the surface, you can actually provide for them in a way that feels natural and feel good to you and them. So you'll definitely probably have experiences this week where people may challenge you in that way, or help provide and support you in that way. But I'm feeling a mixture of both. There's some who may be challenged in a way where people are pushing your boundaries and you're like doing your best to reinforce them, and you're doing a really good job at reinforcing your boundaries. But it does feel like a lot of boundaries around money, time, and space. Money, time, and space. Not necessarily anything super mental, but mainly money, time, and space. And kind of setting boundaries in that way, and protecting your boundaries, and remembering how self-sufficient you are, because you are in the background working on something very, very beautiful. So that is all I'm seeing right now, or all I'm receiving for our group 2. Thank you so much for coming and checking me out today. I'm so glad we were led to each other, and I hope to see you next time. Have fun. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3, and this is for all of our friends who picked the clear quartz today. So we'll be just getting a general weekly message, just get a forecast of what's going on this week for you and your power animal that'll be helping support you through this week. Will be supporting you through this week, excuse me. And then we have your Moonology card, some Chakra wisdom cards, and a Whispers from the Ocean. And we'll also be using some tarot today to divine, and we'll actually be using Murder of Crows. Don't get scared, it's a really, really cool deck. So we'll set these to the side, and we'll flip over your power animal for this week, and that is Jaguar. I love that. So I love Jaguar energy. And I might want to actually feel called to read a little bit from the book with the Jaguar energy. But what I'm getting is this very like calm and centered and stoic type energy. It feels very almost like a very concentrated, very focused, but almost like a rapid release. So like it's very, very interesting, because the Jaguar is a ambush predator. So we actually had the Black Panther come through last week, so it's interesting that we have another Jaguar type energy coming through this week. And it does feel like a very peaceful, very deep focus, but also like I feel like I could just take chopsticks and like grab a fly with them or something like that. It's that type of energy where you're so focused on something, and you're concentrating on something like a very, very very focused on a particular goal or a particular dream, or just somewhere where you want to get. I want to read a little bit about Jaguar, because I feel like there's another energy coming through, and it has a very unique flavor. So I do want to go into the book and grab a little excerpt from that. So Jaguar in this book is integrity and impeccability. If Jaguar is roaming your dream reality today, its primal roar may be rewarding you for maintaining your integrity in some situation where you could have easily misused your authority. You may have been unwilling to pass judgments on another, or to be self-serving. Were you especially kind to someone, or do a good deed that was unexpected? If so, allow the recognition to fill you with feelings of well-being, and continue to serve with compassion and open-hearted integrity. I love that energy. It does feel like some form of like just that message is coming through, but it feels very, very paired with this message of focus, concentration, working toward a goal. And maybe that goal is, working on your character and your integrity and improving yourself and growing and maturing as a person. It definitely feels like that message is coming through. It's so interesting because I keep getting all these messages of communication. And when I was shuffling the Moonology deck, the bottom of the deck was communication is key with New Moon and Gemini. So there's definitely a message here of communication too. It feels like this week you'll be communicating with someone, but you'll be so focused and so like in your mind about something that there might be a detail or something that slips through. So make sure this week that you are being mindful and you're paying attention to what people are saying, because you don't want to sign up for something or agree to something that you don't understand the full extent of. So I'm definitely getting that energy of just, sorry group fee, every single group my phone has cut off because of storage, so I just went ahead and switched the SD cards, and I feel like this is definitely coming through as a message of deleting old memories to make room for new ones, or just spring cleaning, a little spring cleaning to make room for new. So anyway, back to your message. Your message was coming through as just this strong sense of making sure that you're being mindful of what other people are saying, making sure you're paying attention to details, because it seems like you're so focused, but you're almost fixated in a sense this week on some type of goal or something. So making sure that you're open and that you're paying attention and you're listening to the words, reading the fine print, so that you don't sign up for anything or agree to anything that in a clearer mind you wouldn't agree to. So let's get into your Moonology card, and then we will do a little divining with the Murder Crows Tarot deck and see what else is going on this week. So you're very close to achieving a goal. I knew this was my file. So interesting. So this is coming through as you are actually very, very close to achieving a goal. There's also this essence here of making sure, just remaining mindful, making sure that you are, what's the language here? I'm trying to like translate this into language. Making sure that even though you are working very steadfastly on a goal or like acquiring something, making sure that you're also just remaining focused, in the sense that you're focused but you're also open to change, you're open to watching things kind of allowing things to be a little more flowy or fluid. So like remaining in the flow, but also making sure that you are being mindful of what other people are saying, or like what's going on around you, because I feel like with whatever you're fixated on, it's easy to kind of be fixated on that one thing, where there are other aspects in your life or other people too, rather, that may need you, or that may need your time, attention, affection, just may need something from you that you are willing or unwilling to give. That's for you to decide. But I feel like even just open communication will just be key. Even just saying, hey, I don't have time right now, can you talk to me later? So just like making sure that you're not doing anything too fast, too abrupt, and making sure that if you do have to reschedule or something like that, just so that you can work on something, make sure that it's open and that it's clear. Like if somebody has offered to do something for you, or you offer to do something for someone else, or someone needs your help with something, just saying, hey, I don't have time right now, but later, or something like that. Just making sure that you're wiggling your schedule around and making sure that you're making time for yourself, your family, just doing fun things, and actually taking your mind out of this fixated thing. Because I feel like you've been doing a lot of really, really good things, and I think that's why you are very close to achieving your goal. I think that you've been just on the run, and you've been doing a lot of amazing things, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. So let's see what you have in the world of tarot. So it's actually the top of the deck, which is very interesting. I typically don't get that when I read for myself, so it's interesting. We have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, for sure. Coming out of that like fixation, whatever like you're fixated on, could be healing, could be self-work. We're definitely really close to kind of like getting over the hardest hump. Then we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I love this deck. I know it may look a little scary or intimidating, but it's like completely fine. It's a really cool deck. It's one of my favorites, actually. we have the Queen of Wands. She's so beautiful in this deck. Like, isn't she so cool? Like, it's amazing. For sure. Definitely what you're working on feels so strongly like a passion project or something you feel very passionate about, something that you're really enjoying, something that is kind of like bringing you out of your comfort zone. This is really, really good. And last card we have is the Five of Swords. So definitely working out, so whatever this is challenging some like age-old insecurity within you as well. And bottom deck we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, challenging some like old way in which you operated, and like this old way in which you would conduct things or just work in a way. So it seems like you're very fixated on this thing because you know how important and how profitable and how just amazing it is in your own life. And I'm picking up the energy of like you, there's somebody else coming through too, but it feels mainly like you are this Queen of Wands, and almost like your Queen of Wand energy, and obviously energy and not the gender, has been going through this almost perpetual hermit cycle, like diving into the hermit, out of the hermit, into the hermit, out of the hermit. Kind of like poking your head in and out of the shell, trying to work on a big project. This could be work, this could be, you know, your own business, it could be side hustles or something like that, but it does feel like some type of like big project. This could even be school, and there's this insecurity that you have that this is actually challenging for you. Like, it's challenging this like comfort zone, this age-old insecurity that you have. I also feel like if there are some people out there that you need to have a conversation with, that just you have to just talk to them and just let them know how you really feel, definitely allow that to be so. You don't want to wait too long on this, but if there is a conversation that needs to be had between you and another person that will make you feel better, and not necessarily so focused on how it will make them feel, but honestly just speaking your truth, that definitely feels like it should be done here. Because what you're doing is you're taking these old insecurities that you used to have, and you are crushing them, and you are learning from them, but almost like using them as like a new stone and new substrate, so that you can actually build on this revised sense of self. So like you're moving out of your comfort zone, and you're learning a lot about yourself, which is really intriguing. And you're just taking all that you learn and like building this new sense of self, which feels very strong, very sturdy, and very stable. It feels very beautiful. And you'll like shine out this light of the Queen of Wands, like this very passionate, very charismatic. It also feels too like this Queen of Wands can be another person, kind of bringing that energy into your life. So this Queen of Wands is coming through as like she's coming into your life, and she's bringing you out of this comfort zone and kind of showing you your insecurities and where you are being insecure, and where you're not stepping up to the plate. And not necessarily not stepping up to the plate, but she's giving you some space to say it's okay for you to do this afraid. It's okay for you to understand that you're not doing this alone, but it's also okay for you to go on solo ventures and do things on your own, and learn and honor yourself, so that you can learn and honor other people in the highest way, and so that people can love and honor you in the highest way. Because a lot of times it comes to the fact that we have to sometimes teach people how to love us, and if they can't respect what we're asking for, what we're needing, then they will meet a boundary, or they just have to go, right? So I feel like it's two of the other. There also could be some Virgo energy here. We got plenty of wand energy though, and some pentacles, some sword energy. But the Three of Pentacles also feels so strongly of like you can do things on your own. You have a very strong sense and a strong ability to do things on your own. But it also feels like you should talk to other people. You should definitely communicate and talk with other people. This is definitely coming through as communicate and talk with other people. Make sure you're communicating effectively. Make sure you're listening to what people are saying this week, especially so that you don't get caught up in like the nuances, right? So that's coming through very strongly. Not getting caught up in nuances this week, and going through and kind of like clearing out some of your mental space that like insecurities are just living in, you know, rent free. So you have some insecurities that you're working through this week, especially you have been working through over some time. That's why you're very close to achieving a goal. You're kind of like getting out of this old mindset and into a new one, and you're either helping someone come out of the same thing, you're helping yourself come out of the same thing, or somebody is helping you and they have a strong, very strong soul and very strong fire energy. So I love that. So before we get into your chakra wisdom cards, let's see what information we have from the ocean. What message is she relaying? So we have dancing in the rainbow. I love this so much. This is so synchronistic to something that I experienced earlier today. So like this is definitely my pile for sure. And with number 7, we have break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. I love that. That is so cute. I love that card so much. And it kind of like goes back to this like Queen of Wands and like this Five of Swords energy that I'm feeling, where it's like your Queen of Wands has been like trapped almost in this hermit mode, and she's like trying to break free or like trying to get out of that. But these insecurities and these fears are very, very challenging. And you're working through that, and you're finding space to work through that. And it's almost like with this Four of Wands energy, you'll have enough wisdom to actually help somebody else as well work through that. And if not, there will be somebody with that wisdom who's already gone through it, who's coming into your life to help work you through that. So it's really beautiful. I like how this is happening. So let's get into your chakra cards to see what chakras are being highlighted this week and what messages they have. So we have, oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. That's so interesting how I was talking about somebody coming in to help you, and then we have the I'm not a rescuer card, and then we also have abundance because you are very close to achieving your goals, something that you've been working on for quite some time. And it's interesting too how we're talking about insecurities, and we have the sacral chakra coming up, and we also have all this fire energy coming up as well. Very, very interesting. This is cool. So let me read these. Actually, stop rambling. Second chakra, sacral chakra, with I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges, and if I am in doubt, I will ask them. I take responsibility for my own happiness. Ooh, you got happiness coming through twice with this Dancing the Rainbow card with expressed happiness, and also I am a mentor, not a rescuer, with not sacrificing your own happiness for others, and also making sure that you know that you are responsible. You are responsible for your own happiness, not anybody else. We can influence, we can inspire, but we cannot make other people necessarily happy. So that's definitely coming through, very, very straightforward. And I love that with that message of integrity too that we got earlier as well. So second chakra, sacral chakra, with abundance. I am worthy and I deserve an abundance of anything that I require. Yes. I watch my thoughts to ensure that I am honoring and respecting myself. Right. So we're working on these insecurities. I honor myself by knowing that I am worthy to receive. I am open to receive now. I remind myself that this is a sign of strength to ask for help. That's beautiful. It's so funny how we have like both of these cards like coming through. It's just so weird how they're like communicating with each other, especially with this person who may come in to help you, who may help you. And obviously they're not rescuing you, because you can always deny their help and you can always act like, you know, you don't need it. But I think that you will make the right choice, the best choice that is right for you. So it looks like just a general sum up this week, working on your insecurities, making sure that you're not too fixated on a goal, and making sure that you're open and listening to what people are saying in the world around you, but also remaining just keeping some focus and some concentration on what you're working on, but just not too much. Making sure that you're taking breaks, talking to people, having conversations, so that you can just work a lot more into your life than what would be if you remain fixated on one particular goal. So that is all I'm receiving for our group 3. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that we were led to each other on this day. I hope you come back for our next week, our messages of next week, and our animal medicine series. And I hope you come out and hang out with me again. All right, bye bye. And hello, group 4. All of our friends out there who chose the black tourmaline, my favorite gem ever, my favorite stone ever. This is the best. So we will be getting into your power animal messages this week. I also pulled a Moonology card, Chakra wisdom cards, and a Whisper of the Ocean card. Whispers of the Ocean card to get an overall forecast of your week starting with December 7th. So let's jump into your messages and see what we find. Also, I will be divining using some Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck cards. So let's jump right into it. Your animal for this week is Otter. I love Otter energy. It's so fun and so great. All right. This is interesting because it's coming through with two very key words that seem like they may be opposite, but they're not. So it's almost like strategic play, like you're strategically choosing, this language is weird, choosing to be more playful. You're like actually this week trying and almost like forcing yourself to be more fun and open and relaxed. Like you're forcing yourself to relax, like you're just like hitting the brakes and you're just like, okay, I've been working, or I've been doing this thing, or this has really been running me down, so I literally have to schedule like play into my schedule this week. Like it has to be a part of this week. It feels like you are receiving something, some almost like a download, like some download this week that just requires you to just kind of be on power off mode. Almost like you're receiving a large insight or a large upgrade or some large like completion of a lesson or something like that, where it's like, okay, you'll understand some situation in your life, you'll understand it a lot better with this clarity or this knowing that's being brought to you from behind the veil. It is like right through your crown chakra. I feel like it's descending right down through that crown chakra, and it's going to help you realize something, almost like an epiphany moment, which is really, really interesting. And it's almost like you're intuitively choosing to be more playful this week and choosing to be more just less serious and more open to the world around you. Almost like you intuitively pick up on the hints that your spirit guides are telling you, like, hey, like you need some play. And it doesn't seem so audible, like it's not necessarily that you can hear your guide saying, hey, or like your intuition saying, hey, you need to play. Even if you are, that's beautiful and that's great that you are honoring your intuition in that way. But it's almost like it's not coming through that way. It's almost like something you just feel like you need to do. So definitely listen to that this week. Take that time, hang out, play, be playful, engage in something that just is fun for you. I'm hearing like soccer for some reason. Something very almost like active and sporty is coming through as well. Like soccer, swimming, basketball are coming through. Something that just kind of like channels your energy and kind of like takes your mind away. Reading is coming through, dancing. It's funny because some of it is like more active. It's not necessarily like you're laying down or like you're meditating or anything like that, but it's very active. It's like doing something, but you're in so much joy of what you're doing that you're in power off mode. Like you're playing, you're having fun. So that's interesting. So I would definitely take time out this week to do that if that is the message that's coming through for you. So let's flip over your Moonology card. I actually got 2 Moonology cards, which is really, really interesting. And then we'll get into some tarot. Then after that, we'll get into your chakra cards and your Whispers of the Ocean. So your Moonology cards for this week are: it's time to release negativity with the full moon in Scorpio, which is very interesting. So funny. And then we have surrender to the divine. Yeah. So you're definitely, I love that confirmation, how that came through. And that's with a full moon. So I love how that's coming through. Like I've picked up this energy of some type of large like download or something just like coming into your just your space. Um and just taking this time off, so you're releasing like this schedule, you're releasing this busy and this all this like stuff that's like driving you or almost like running you rampant and making you a little like neurotic or like erratic, and you're releasing that and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do something that's fun for me. I'm not gonna continue to just be crazy for this job, be crazy for this person, be crazy because whatever the heck is going on out there. I'm going to do something because it's fun for me. So let's pull some tarot and see what's going on. And it's funny because too, I know for me personally, and for probably a lot of people out there, the time that you actually, the moments where you actually get those really juicy downloads or those juicy like integration moments are typically when you're doing something fun or when you're just chilling and hanging out or before bed. Meditation too, but I actually mainly get mine in like the shower when I'm doing something fun and I just start to like connect the dots. So, oh, whoa. I didn't even notice that strength was out here like that. So we have strength in reverse. I was just like shuffling and strength was just hanging out. Yep, you're just not on that treadmill this week. The strength in reverse is getting off of that treadmill, you know. And then we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, yeah, you know. Then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. This is like whoa, that Two of Cups has a like strong psychic connection to it. Interesting. And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, for sure. And then bottom deck we have the Five of Swords. It's so interesting because the Five of Swords came out for another group as well. So reading these general messages like that, and you know, or like this, and then having like all these collective energies with all these different stories out there, it's funny because you really start to notice, especially when you are divining and things like that, that everybody's story is, you know, we're collective and we're all designed in all these different beautiful ways, but we're all at some level having or on a similar journey because we're all intertwined. The Five of Cups came out for another group as well, so it's very interesting. Yeah, so this is definitely just going back to this energy of just taking a rest, you know, just kind of like thinking and just kind of like letting these downloads come through. And it's so interesting too because with the Five of Swords in this deck, it doesn't give off necessarily like this nasty infantile like childish energy. It actually gives more of a energy of is what I'm doing right, you know, like kind of like more of a thinking man type energy, more of a contemplative type energy, more of a kind of sitting back and like really thinking on what it is that you truly want to do, what you want to achieve, and like the road you're going down, is this like really the road you want to travel type energy for the Five of Swords in this deck. And I'm kind of picking up on that for sure. It's like taking this time off or taking this time just to play. I feel like through your download you'll just pick up on a greater insight and something that you're just going to understand yourself and a situation in your life as a larger whole. It feels like as a larger whole, you're just going to understand it in a much grander way. There's a crazy energy coming off this Two of Cups, and I love this like lion energy that we're going on here. So this might be connected to a Leo in some respect, but it definitely, and the moon is in Leo today. I hate when I time lock the readings like that, but the moon is dancing in Leo today, which is interesting. But it feels like there's like a strong I might need the romance angels on this because there is like a strong psychic connection between you and somebody going on here. I don't want to like put tags on it like, oh, soulmate and twin flame or anything like that, but it definitely feels like a little romantic. And not like in a like a flesh way or like a sexual way, but more romantic, like a psychic connection that you're just picking up on with someone. And there seems like there might be a little distance between you two, but there's like your third eye is like my third eye. I just feel like my third eye is like shooting out a beam right now. you know, and that is like a strong psychic connection to someone, and it's like both of your magnetic fields are like pulling each other, together, and feels like you two are like experiencing a similar story. So maybe this is why the divine is asking you to release negativity and surrender to divine. And it's interesting too, because we have communication is key sitting right there, bottom deck for Moonology. So this is very, very interesting. It's like you have a psychic connection with someone and you're both being pulled towards each other. You're both going through a very, very similar journey right now, like similar pain, similar healing, like everything, like the story. It's, if I want to say the word identical, but it's not necessarily identical. It's shown up in different ways, but for what you're learning and experiencing, it's almost identical. And this Five of Cups energy is very, very interesting over here, because I feel like both of you are like moving in and moving out of this like Five of Cups energy, and it's almost like at times both of you are this person here with the Five of Cups, kind of like crying, feeling disappointed, feeling like you can't achieve each other or meet each other. This language is coming through very, very interestingly. Like you can't like meet, or you can't like come together, and it's like the Two Cups that is behind the person in the Five of Cups is like one is for you and one is for them, and you know, vice versa. So it's like the divine is like, this is happening, it's real, even though your human might not see it or might want to deny it or refute it. You have it, you know it, like it's in your back pocket, like this connection is real, and you felt this. Like I feel like you've experienced each other in dreams, astral plane type energy. Like this Two of Cups in the reverse is a crazy energy right now. And it's coming through very, very strong. So this week, this might be the epiphany that's coming through this week, or this might be like the realization that's coming through this week, that you have a psychic connection with someone else, especially with the otter typically representing not only a playful energy, but community energy, feminine energy, and this energy of loving others and loving their creation and just loving people for who they are and loving things that they love just as much as them. Like being super connected to other people, being super connected to other people's energy and their life and the thing that the things that you bring to their life and the things that they bring to your life. So I honestly am feeling like I'm going to grab the romance angels, so give me 1 second. Maybe the unicorns too. Alright, so sorry, because I really want to get a little bit more like what's going on here. So I can't say, I don't want to like say, oh, this is going to happen this week, or like this meeting or this coming together is going to happen this week, but it definitely feels like you'll realize something in regards to the psychic connection. And it's like you'll realize it once you kind of like put down the force and kind of put down what you're carrying. You just get into a state of play that it'll actually like come through. I'm very interested in what that is. So you have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yeah. And then what we have, deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Interesting. So I feel like this is like, that is coming through so strongly as like not honoring this connection because you feel like it's not real, or you feel like it's fake, and like you're trying to like deny it, but it's like you picked up on it. But I feel like it's possible that this week you'll really understand like the importance of what is happening to you in a strong mental space. So like with this retreat, and you can honestly see like where you've been deceiving yourself, and you can be like, oh, like it just feels so strong, like an aha moment or something like that. So let's get one more romance angel. And then we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Interesting. Interesting, especially paired with deception, and then you have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, so this is that like psychic, like astral plane, like connection that I'm picking up on. I'm honestly feeling like you almost may use your life to distract you from romance and distract you from love because you feel like it's not real or it's unattainable. And that is definitely the way that you're deceiving yourself. This isn't coming through as like you deceiving another. Maybe that story is out there for someone, or someone deceiving you. It's possible that that does resonate for someone, but this is coming through way more strongly as you deceiving yourself and not trusting yourself, or you're like purposely trying to sabotage this connection because you don't feel like it's real, you don't feel like it's attainable, you feel like it's fake, and you feel like it's not really happening, and it is happening. And I feel like this week you might come to a point to where like, oh, like this is actually a thing, like this is real, like this is not just some weird like mental stuff going on, like this is actually happening, like our connection or this connection that happened to this person is that strong. Interesting. I want to pull a unicorn oracle just to clarify deception and retreat. I'm very interested in knowing what's going on here because this feels very juicy. It's like, ooh, you need some movement. What's going on? Group 4. What is going on with this psychic connection? What is this? We have sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on a retreat. Yes, so that it's like they just keep coming through with this same confirmation of make sure you're taking some time out for yourself today because something's going to come through that you really need to hear. And then we have passion. Yeah, for sure. Do what excites you. Get fired up about your life. Increase your energy levels. Yeah, that's coming through for sure. And then we have healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. Interesting. And then we have, of course, hold on, let me like make sure it focuses. Partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. That is very, very, very interesting coming through with this Two of Cups psychic energy. I'm sorry there's like so many cards out here, but I just like want to know more. I'm not going to dive any deeper than that, but I definitely feel like you're going to know who and what and all that you're going to know who and what this person is and like what's actually going on this week. I feel like you're going to just get some insight into this week as it just kind of like you're being prepared to like connect with this person on a deeper level. But first they kind of like have like your guides are almost like trying to get you alone so that they can make sure you get this understanding and this download before that meeting happens. Interesting. So let's pull over your Whispers of the Ocean card and see what energy we have from the ocean for our group, for our outer people. So we have enjoy the journey. I love this so much. This read is hilarious right now. So we have stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Exactly. Yep. With the Ten of Wands out here, Strength in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, the Five of Swords, this crazy Two of Cups in reverse and the energy that is giving off. And especially with this, like just taking the time out, just taking that retreat, you're just like enjoying what is all happening, especially with the surrender to the divine as well. Just surrendering to what is happening because it is much, much higher than yourself. Whatever this is like divine, like hugely divinely orchestrated, especially since you're coming through as this healer. And it's funny because this other person is coming through as this healer too, and especially since we have that the medicine symbol, or that like Hermes symbol there. It's like definitely some like divine connection and healing and some sweet stuff going on over here. So let's get into, and also just be patient with it. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Don't force yourself to try and figure anything out prematurely. This will all come to you in time. That came through very, very quickly and concrete before I went into the chakra wisdom cards. It was like patience. Make sure that you understand that, like, even with the knowing that you'll receive this week, allow this to unfold naturally, because it's going to take some time for you to get to know each other, for you to come together into union, and it actually will be an amazing journey from day one. When you connect with this person, it's going to be very, very amazing. So from day one, so it's really coming through as like, make sure that you're like taking your time with this and not trying to rush it. So be patient. So you have 3 chakra wisdom cards, which is interesting because there was only one other group that got 3 as well. So we'll read these and see what chakras are being highlighted this week. So your first chakra is, like I said, crown chakra, coming through with grace. So the grace of a higher power is with me, and I move through life knowing this truth. I believe in a higher power, and I know that it is within and around me, offering assistance and guidance. I surrender all my fears and burdens to a higher power. Surrender to the divine, plus work through your negativity. I am open to receive grace, and I trust in a higher power. I am worthy. That is beautiful. I am so happy that came out for this group, especially with this like a connection that you have with someone. It's like, surrender to the divine. You know, put this in the divine's hands, because it feels like they have a huge hand in what's going on here. For some reason, I feel called to cut the unicorn deck, so I'm just going to cut that, and we'll just see that message. So we have nature, and that says, ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. So you're like really being, they're really pressing you about this. Intention is very interesting as well, and intuition. So yeah, there's a lot going on for you and behind the veil, and intuitively I'm sure you're picking up on a lot of this. So you're definitely magical as heck. Like, you're very, very magical. So trust whatever's happening in your life right now. So our second chakra wisdom card, we have third eye with imagination. I use my imagination as I create and pursue my dreams and wishes. I ask myself, what do I want? My thoughts create my reality at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. I use this power to create harmonious relationships between all these levels. I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. In the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. In the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. That's interesting how that energy is coming through as you having this like very divine connection, or like this very huge download. So it's like in the quietness of meditation, but I'm not even picking up on that as like the quiet of meditation. That could be for you if it is for you, but also just somewhere where you can power off your mind, power off the mind, especially with that 5 of Swords energy. I just keep hearing power off your mind, power down your mind. So it's very interesting. And your last chakra wisdom card is 5th chakra, expressing my feelings. Yeah. You might be having to do some of that this week. I allow my emotions to be fully experienced. I acknowledge feelings of grief, anger, or fear, and I make a conscious effort to express my emotions or resolve them within myself, so that I move forward freely. I let the unconditional love experienced in my heart be expressed through my voice and my creativity. I let those close to me know how much I love and care for them. I forgive all those who have done me wrong in the past, as well as forgiving myself, as I could not have responded in a more evolved way than I was able to at the time. Wow. This is huge. It's a lot of movement, a lot of energy. You have your crown, you have the top 3. You have your crown, the third eye, and your throat. So right here, right in that head, that mental region that are working on you this week and working with you this week. So definitely let me know in the comments what's going on here. I really would like to know how and where this resonated for you all. But that is all I am receiving for our group 4. I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did not, that's okay. Take what resonates and the rest will fall away. I'm so glad that we were led to each other today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.